Hi friends, welcome to my channel Network Techy. The goal of this lab is we have got two networks behind router 4, 172.16.10.0, 172.16.20, and the link between router 1 and router 2 is 1 Mbps, link between router 1 and router 3 is 10 Mbps. We want link between router 1 and router 3 to be preferred, right? But as we are using RIP in this scenario, router 1 will be doing load balancing to get to router 4 networks. Why? Because RIP does not work like EAGRP. In EAGRP, the path selection happens based on bandwidth and delay. High bandwidth and low delay is preferred. In case of RIP, the load balancing happens when we got a route to destination is having the same network length and the hop count is same, then the load balancing will be performed. Okay, so the script of this lab is already prepared in the notepad. All the interfaces are configured and the RIP configuration is already done in the notepad. I just need to copy paste this configuration to all the routers. And if you want to take a look at this configuration, the details are provided in the description. Please have a look. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy configuration of the routers one by one, and I will be pasting them on the router. Let's do the router 2 configuration. Okay, router 2 configured. Let's do configuration of router 3. Router 3 is configured, and now it's time for router 3. Okay, so all the routers are configured. I'm going to router 1. So we have got one message. We duplicate address on Ethernet 0/1 and do show run interface 0/0. We don't have E00, we have E01. So we configured correct IP on router 1. Let's go to router 2 and do show run interface E01. So I configured a wrong IP address on E01. Let me just rectify this. It should be 255. Okay. Let me come back to router 1. Over here, let me do clear IP route start to clear the routing table and to get the fresh updates. Let's do show IP route RIP. So right now we are getting 172.16 subnets information from router 2. I'm sorry, from router 3. Still we are not getting updates from router 2. Looks like there is something wrong. Let's check if we have 172.16 information on router 2. Yes, we do. Come back to router 1. Yes, now this time we got the updates from router 2 and router 3 on router 1. So you can see, despite this link is better between router 1 and router 3, we are still using link between router 1 and router 2. Okay, and this should not happen. And this is happening why? Because to get to networks behind router 4, the network mask is same and the hop count is same. Okay, so just take an example. So if router 3 is advertising this network 172.16.10.0 with subnet mask /28, okay, then in that case router 1 would prefer router 3. Okay, so let me show you quickly how we can do that. I'm going to create one loopback over here and I will be configuring 172.16.10.1 and the subnet mask should be 240. So this will become /28 subnet mask, and I need to advertise this network under RIP. So when we do that, when you come back to router 1, do show IP route RIP, and you can see we have got two copies of this network, one with /28 subnet mask, one with /24 subnet mask. So when we need to get to this network 172.16.10 10.1, we do have connectivity, and when we do trace, we will be going through router 3. Okay, so you can see that the traffic is going to router 3. Why? Because the network length, higher network length is preferred in this case. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to router 3 back, and I'm stopping this network to advertise. Come back to router 1, clear the routing table. Now do show IP route rip, and the /28 route is removed from the routing table. Now if we do trace to 172.16.10.1, you will see that load balancing is happening. One packet is going through 3, one packet is going through 2. So what we want is, we will be using offset list in this case, and we will pretend from router 2 that these two subnets are 5 hops away. Okay, we will append 5 hops from router 2, and we will advertise the updates out Ethernet 0/1 to router 1. So router 1 will receive these two routes with 7 hops. Router 2 appended 5 hops, okay, and the 6th hop will be router 2 itself, and the 7th hop will be router 5 itself. So let's see how to do that. And primary link will be router 1 and router 3. When the link between router 3 and router 4 fails, or this link fails, then the fallback will be router 2. Let's go and implement this practical. Create an access list to achieve this, and we will be permitting host 172.16.10.0, and the second network is 20.0. Go to router rip configuration, offset list, use the access list number, and the updates we are sending out interface, we need to use offset keyword here, and we want to append 5 hops, okay, for the networks which are configured in access list 10. So use 5 and then use interface Ethernet 0/1. Come outside of config mode. To check this out, do debug IP rip, and just to see what's going on in the backend. Okay, so you can see we got these two updates, 172.16.10.20 with 7 hops, okay, from router 2, 10.0.0.2 on Ethernet 0/1, and the update which we are receiving from router 3, they are just 2 hops away. So when we do show IP route rip, we have the route information from router 3, and when we do trace to those two networks, we will be going via the router 3. Okay, let's turn off the debugs and let's check how the failover is working in this case. What I'm going to do is I will be shutting this link down, Ethernet 0/0, shut down this link, come out of it, and now come back to router 1, and let's do debug IP rip and the show IP route rip command. We still have the copy, we still have the routes through router 3, and let's do up arrow and see the routing table again. You can see that this timer has incremented to 40 seconds. Basically, we get fresh copy from the neighbor routers within 30 seconds. If this count increases to more than 30 seconds, which means the routes are old enough, okay, and those shouldn't be reused. So it becomes 1 minute and 30 seconds. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear the routing table. If I don't clear the routing table manually, it should take around 4 minutes to 40 seconds to clear this routing table. Okay, so I'm gonna clear the routing table manually. Now we do the show IP route rip to see what routes we have in the routing table. This time we have got the copy of routes and from router 2, and they are 7 hop away. So this is what we did. We preferred this link router 3 because we got the better bandwidth on this link. So when this link goes down, we won't fall back to router 2. Okay, this is what happening in this case. And if we enable the interface on router 3 again, no shutdown, and come back to router 3, clear the routing table over here and check the routing table again, you can see we have got the routes back to the router 3. Okay, so this was our practical, friends. I hope you like this video. Please like the video, and if you have got any suggestions for me, please put them in the comment section. See you in the next video. Bye bye.